In this video, I'm just going to run through how you create a Reese Bass sound in Serum. Just laid down a simple pattern there using MIDI. If I initialize a patch, we'll start again. So to create the Reese Bass sound, we're going to go onto basic shapes and we're going to have a saw wave. I'm going to go menu and copy oscillator A to B. So we've got two saw waves there, and at the moment they're just going to sound like that, which is the initialized sound. So I'll turn the oscillator B off for a minute. So I'm going to just go into the unison there and I'm going to increase that to 9 on the first one. That's the sound we get. As you can hear there, we're already stepping into the Reese Bass territory. Add the oscillator B, take the octave down first to -2, and I'm going to take this one down to -1. The other trick to getting the Reese Bass sounding right is to increase the semitones on the second oscillator. And you can play around with that to your liking. Obviously go up to 12, it'll sound more. So I'll increase the unison on the second oscillator to 3. So the further I increase the unison, the wider that sound is going. And then what I could always do is chuck in a sub bass as well. Let's just turn these two off a minute, hear the sub bass on its own. So take that to -1, bring these back in. Toggle through these sub waveforms and pick one that it further increases the harmonics. So that is basically how you put together a Reese Bass for drum and bass genre music, and there's a lot more we could do here. Obviously we can take this further now, put a filter on, MG low 24, and then I need to run the sub and the oscillator B through it as well. Put the key tracking on. So we've got a good basic sound to go from there. Now the real polish for this sound is to add the distortion. And we can go on to tube distortion, which is one of the more analog ones, and increase the drive right up. We can hear those harmonics start to come through on the different waveforms. With a drum beat, it sounds like. And as I say, we go into the effects. This is where we can also start adding things like the compressor to boost. Can even have another filter on there. So another thing we could do, guys, is actually add a bit of wobble to this sound. So we could go on to the LFO2 here and we could add that to the cutoff and just decrease the catchment area there. So we could get that wobble sound coming through there. The further we increase the catchment area. Could even increase the resonance to make that even more prominent in the mix. So that is basically it, guys. We can create our Reese sound just by having an oscillator with a saw wave, and then we can just decrease the octaves there to -2, and then on the second one, -1. And then we have a unison cranked all the way up on the first one, and then increase it slightly on the second one. And we can even introduce a sub. Apart from that, all the settings really can be left. And then you've also got the option of running it through the filter, adding sub. And the key really is to add this distortion that really brings those harmonics to life.